And with that, I think we are just about ready to get into that World of Warcraft run. So without further ado, well, speaking of, I haven't played this game in quite a long time. I'm familiar with some of the starting zones, but not this one. I'm more the death knell or, I'm a horde player, so more the death knell or Camp Narache are the starting zones I'm familiar with. So I'm really excited to see King Xavier running World of Warcraft. Exiles reach starting zone. The floor is yours.
I'm King Xavier. I am a VTuber. I'm Birdman. And I love running this category because basically anybody coming to World of Warcraft for the first time and playing retail, this is their first experience they will get. Now, we're playing a New Game Plus run. We'll explain what that means in the context of an MMO once we get into this. Joining me today is my real-life best friend, Baron777. Go ahead.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Yep, I'm Baron777. I do know Xavier IRL. We met up at a local game store a couple of years ago, gave him a ride. Rest is history. Mm-hmm. I've been helping comment these runs for it's my, I think, like 5th or 6th event I think I've done a commentary for this. Something like that. As for my actual experience with World of Warcraft, none. I've literally never played this game before. And yet somehow I'm able to do commentary for it.
He just learned how to commentate, and he'll be learning another run before long. I'm going to be learning the Pandaren starting zone soon, but that's not what today's about. We're going to get into this. There's a 1-minute cutscene. It's technically skippable, but that breaks the game about 70% of the time. So we start time once I gain control of my character. We are going to use that minute for Baron to explain a few things about how the run goes. So we're going to start the game now. I will tell you when time begins.
All right. So as things are loading, so as we discussed before, it's this category takes place during the tutorial section of Exiles Reach. It's the first tutorial area that most players who are buying the game for the first time will go through. So it's one of those experiences that everyone has had. So, and we're only going to be doing that section of it because otherwise we'd be here for like 100 hours trying to somehow complete World of Warcraft, which you can't really do. Now, what's interesting though about this is that this area a couple of months ago was reworked from both a gameplay as well as a story perspective.
One moment. You can begin time now. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So while he's setting up his interface to the way he likes it. So yeah, this section now is more focused on many of the dragons that became important to the story on a couple of later releases when this originally came out. The 2 dragons flying to the side are Raffion and Caligos, and you're going on an expedition with Lady Jane, a Proudmoore. So what Xavier's doing right now is crafting a bunch of heirloom equipment. Now these are part of a system in World of Warcraft called the Warband feature, which you get perks that are unlocked for your entire account based on fulfilling certain achievements across all of your characters. So the heirloom equipment are equipment that level up and get stronger as your character gets stronger. So that way we aren't as dependent on random drops, and we can make this run a lot more consistent. So there's a storm that happens, and we wash up here on the beach, and we're going to go for a quick basic combat tutorial. As he sets a couple of things, the bar down there, taking care of a couple of murlocs, and part of the aspect of this run definitely involves he's gonna try and kite these enemies around him and because when he levels up as another feature of the warband, sorry, of the heirlooms, the heirloom stuff, is that he gets a little holy explosion that can take out most weak enemies or finish off stronger ones with its blast. So after he kills the Murlocs, we go down there and do the first aid tutorial. We're going to bring some of our allies back up on their feet. And as he does that, we're going to also show off, another, cool thing that you can do with the kind of making this a new game plus run is that, you have access to a mount at level 0. The only one unavailable in the game at this point is the chauffeur. That's him over there in the sidecar with Pone on the license plate. So mounting up doubles your movement speed, and you can turn in quests and interact with people, but you can't do much else than that. So getting those nice little sweet spots for speed helps to shave down some seconds. So next section over here, we're taking out some wildlife to get some food. Bring another of our allies back to health. So the character that Xavier is playing is a Worgen hunter. And that was a very deliberate choice because Worgens as a race have a naturally higher critical rate, so they can take out enemies a lot faster than compared to other races. And they also have the natural ability called Dark Flight, which they can toggle every minute and a half to get a 40% movement increase for about 10 seconds.
Do you want to explain a little bit about the mentor leveling and...
Yes. So, and the other thing that kind of makes this special as a new game plus run is that the warband feature. So for every character that you have that is at least level 80 on your account, your character will get all your other characters up to a certain point will get a 5% bonus to XP gain, up to a maximum of 25. So Xavier has at least 5 characters that are level 80, so he's getting a bonus 25% XP, which really allows him to level up quickly and get the necessary stats to kind of plow through this section. So I didn't get a chance to talk about it before, but the little guy who's running around with him, little boar, that's part of the hunter class, is that you can tame and gain access to animal companions. So not only do they give you some extra DPS and can spread that DPS out, they also give certain passive buffs, like the boar or here gives pathfinding, which gives just a flat 8% speed buff, which is for basically having to do nothing, is pretty useful. So as we kind of get out of the cave here, we're going to come to the next section of section of the island, where we're going to be watching a glorified cutscene to go into another glorified cutscene. So, going to have the seismatic used on this.
For the fans those familiar with more speedruns, auto scroller into cutscene into auto scroller.
Yeah. You have the Gmod rope effect being used to carry your character.
Can I just say that I love? Can I say that I love the tour that we're going on of all of the different enemy types, the Quillbore, the Murlocs. This is great.
Yeah.
Hold a moment.
So, what level are you again right now?
4, 5, something like that. Yeah, 5.
Oh,
I'll be 6 when I land.
Oh, that's good at least. Yeah, you can take them all, champ.
Yeah, boots. That'll help.
So, but yeah, as the story explains that they have captured Raffion and are doing some wibbly wobbly magic stuff on him. So we're gonna have to stop that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get the assistance of a giant boar So after we land here and turn the quest in, we're going to be using a resizer on a couple of these boars around here. There's a little bit of a cooldown, so we try to take out a couple of extra boars in the process while we're waiting for it to get off cooldown. Oh, and the other thing about the hunter that I did forget to mention earlier is that they also are kind of considered the tankiest of all of the range classes. You know, and have a couple of extra, you know, skills that, you know, boost out their damage output and their crit rate. So we're gonna ride the giant boar
when it wants me to.
When it wants you to. So head on down here, and we're gonna, you know, just plow through this army. And we're gonna do kind of like a sort of semicircle dance here, because as soon as the last of the army is taken out, so yeah, as soon as the last of the army is taken out, the boar's automatically gonna resize down. And oh, hey, there's the boss we have to take out, conveniently right in front of us. We're just going back on up right into circle there, so as soon as he's dead, we can turn that quest in.
I have been expecting.
Get the mount up and skip cutscene. So we're gonna. So we've just kind of passed the first third of the speed run. So we're gonna do a quick
Listening
quick tutorial there.
Safe travels.
Then we're gonna send and our allies start the next 2 parts there by Raffian. And we're gonna do, there's the Harpy Forest and the Spider Cave, but we're gonna send people to those areas first, but we're not going to do either of them because we're gonna head up here close to the top of this hill, and we're gonna do a not so optional side quest. You don't actually have to do this in order to complete the the story, but the completing the quest here gives a very potent thing for speedrunners. So, we gotten any other donations so far?
We're still looking for we're still oh my gosh, sorry, we're still collecting donations for the Tame a Bear incentive. I think we're maybe, what would you say, like 10 minutes away from that?
Yeah, about
10, maybe, probably less than 10.
Okay, let's
say 7, frankly.
And if that bores anything to go by, I think that it'd be super cool to see Xavier tame a bear to go along with him on his journey through here. So go get your donations in as soon as you can, so that we can tame that bear.
Tame that bear. Tame that bear.
Let's hear it in chat too. Tame that bear, and then let's see him. Thank you.
So we have an ability here called Hunter's Mark, and those of you familiar with D&D will be familiar with this basic premise. You know, it's an ability that makes it so when you shoot things that it has on it, they die faster. So we apply that to a lot of the enemies in this run to just try and make it so that one shot kills them, so I can focus on the other things instead.
Yes. So, like for example, in this section here, we have to take out some harpies, rescue Merida Huntswell, and take out the totems that the harpies have set up. But we're gonna
thanks for the boost.
Sometimes the ogres just help you out in the run here. So while we're getting things, while we're rescuing Merida Huntswell, when we completed that quest about purifying the light elementals, pond, we got a 10-minute buff of light speed, which grants double movement speed for its duration, and in a run that's only going to probably be about 20-ish minutes left, probably less. That's a huge bonus. Unfortunately, it does not stack while being mounted, so can't have everything.
But it does stack with something else. Do you want to tell them about the pathfinding bonus?
Oh yeah, I did mention that before. That does stack with the 7% bonus from having the boar, or 8%. Sorry.
That's why it's so much faster now. I'm pretty sure that used to be 7, and I think it has been bumped to 8.
We're taking out the waves of the harpies, and in comes this giant enemy bird, and that we immediately just deck after its dramatic reveal. So we head on down here, turn the quests in,
Whee!
and we're going to go to the other part of the Hunter tutorial, where we're going to be learning about traps and how we're going to get better and stronger, animal companions. So we head on down, back to this kind of central area by the Ogre Ruins.
And the reason we do Harpies first is not only is it right there next to the elemental, but we also need it to start this portion of the quest. Because you need to talk to the gnome we saved to give us basically magic dry ice. I'm wearing gloves, don't try this at home.
I keep that in my pocket, don't you? Anywho,
Yes.
but yes, so we get the components for the trap, and we'll set that up. But then, we're going to immediately, leave. Ooh, I hope that was okay.
Should be fine. Come on.
Nope, that did not go.
Okay, darn it. Pushed it too
Oof.
far. Alright. Happens sometimes.
It happens.
I gotta
There's
wait
a
15
voice cue that
seconds.
we hear that will signal that it worked or not. So just a couple seconds lost, no big deal.
Really not sure why that one didn't fire, but
Yeah, I think you a little too far. So
there we go.
there it goes. All right, so quick arachnophobia warning for everyone. So as we head to Harun's Barrow, we're going to be heading into the spider hole.
My least favorite.
Anyone
I don't love spider holes.
Well, good
Yeah.
news is we're gonna be killing a lot of spiders, so
Then hence the warning.
catharsis.
Wild animal.
Yeah, maybe. So really, the only thing you actually have to do is rescue, the trapped expedition members. You don't technically have to kill any of the spiders, and if you'll notice, the cave seems kind of empty right now. And I believe that's because a little earlier on we saw another player that was, kind of running around the same area. Now, how do you actually account for that in an MMO? This is supposed to technically be a solo run. So you can't really account for people doing people things, essentially. It's almost like a little bit of form of RNG, so get back to that in a second. So here's Harun at the bottom of the spider hole, and he's dead. He's a big crybaby, so he's gonna have a big dramatic explosion.
You saved my life. Allow me to return
And
the favor. Hop on.
We're gonna,
This
get out
island
of the exploding spider hole.
Elune, please shield
And then we
us
have a
from harm.
small optimization here that we'll show off.
Yeah.
So
So for the next part of the tutorial for the hunter, you have to not have a pet on you. You have to dismiss
Out
it
of the way,
first,
little spiders.
which you can only do while you're standing still. Which I guess on the back of an elk is technically standing still.
I'm not moving. She is.
These poor creatures. We
You
So,
never,
can't
but yeah.
you never
help
play.
them.
You never play your Game Boy while riding passenger in the car.
All the time.
Right. Same principle. Bumpier ride though.
Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, so yeah, while there can be people around, doing MMO things, killing bad guys, turning in quests, completing dungeons,
Those spiders
that
were
can
victims
influence the run.
They just lost their home.
Xavier though cannot coordinate with people to, say have people show up at the same time that he does and help him out. It has to entirely be,
Here it comes.
independent and just with the kind of random factor of humans doing human things. So we got
We
the
are
little puppy
coming
dog
up
here.
on time for that incentive.
The
Yeah,
light shines
the
on
bear
all
is going to be coming up really soon.
Fine work.
So this is probably your last chance if you want to tame that bear.
Pets in a stable. Keep your chin up.
So probably
We have a mission
less
to
than a
accomplish.
minute. Probably closer to 30 seconds.
We did get another $60 from KLMO that says Locktar Ogar, tame that friggin' bear. So
Is that
Is it
enough?
enough?
really, I think we're I want to say we're $10 away still. So if you want to see that bear get tamed right now, $10, we'll see it happen.
You
all
got
for a
you
good
got till
cause.
you got till the time we get to. Yeah, we'll go in. Time to.
I'll
All right.
run in and see if it's spawned. There it is.
Yep.
I'll give you guys just a minute here, and if not, I'm continuing on the run.
10, 9, 8.
Don't do the
7.
countdown.
Oh,
Just
don't
give
do a
it couple
countdown.
speeds. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Guess it's not gonna
Okay.
happen.
No bear.
That's okay.
That's a shame.
All right.
Oh, we were so close. All right.
I have a question
Now
from
we're-
chat. There's a good time.
A long road lies.
It hit the bear. Okay, we're gonna go get the bear then.
Okay, we're gonna do the bear real quick.
So we gotta dismiss our pet.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna fire out a freezing trap to get this set up for Kill Claw.
There we go. So I don't believe I've actually seen this happen during a live run before. I've seen it in practice, but
Oh wait, I forgot. Okay. Slip up. I have to go stable a pet to make this happen. I forgot
Oh,
that you
dear.
can't. So, don't worry. We'll have this. First time in a while I've actually had to do this for an event.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so
we will be
we'll-
taming that bear.
Yes.
we are taming that dang bear.
Okay, so go here.
Well,
What can I do for you?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is a good time for a question from chat
Mm-hmm.
while we're doing this. Someone asks, is it not worth mailing over some enchanted VOEs, or does that break the solo category?
So there are several different categories for this. You have a fresh run where you don't really have anything benefiting you. You have New Game Plus, which is the version I'm doing, where you're allowed to have like heirlooms and stuff. And there's a separate category that is kind of just free reign, send as much stuff over as you want. Go
Bear
for it.
tamed.
Bear tamed. Kill Claw the Terrible.
He's so cute.
Undead Bear. Now, with him, we did lose our
fast.
benefit. We did lose our 7% benefit of. Sorry, we did lose our movement speed boost from him. So he does not have that. But we reduced damage taken by 3%. So it'll work out.
Like an ogre and get
Yep,
us inside
so-
the citadel.
This is
So, yeah,
why
we're-
it's like a 5-minute increase, because it only takes a minute to go get him. But when you factor in all of the reduction in movement speed, it's like
Yeah.
you want to be safe about it.
So we head on over. Head on over through the the ogre camp.
Let's see what we can learn about the ritual.
Just
What do we have?
kind of do a
Take them to the
drive-by wave kind of thing.
seal them with the Warcraft
And then head on up here, and we are
leader.
just past a little further past the 2/3 mark on the on the quest on
It's
the
also
tutorial area.
It's a situation where if you were playing this for speed, I would not recommend the bear. But if you were just playing this for a comfortable run and you are playing a hunter, go tame the bear. Go do the extra side quest. The damage reduction makes things easier.
It does.
So,
Now we've got to take out the ogre camp. We're gonna need to slay some ogres, take out their catapults, as well as get the warding stones off of Jugnug, Wug, and Grunk. So there we got Wug. I like Wug.
don't forget to grab his.
Do not forget to grab his ward stone.
There we go.
Not like last time. Lucky crit on that ogre.
Oh, that's the first time in ages I haven't crit on that guy. It's actually funny how often the game gives me a crit on that particular.
That specific ogre. Yeah, it's maybe it's because the flow is off since you went and got the bear, but that's
Yeah.
okay. So, normally this would be about the place where Lightspeed would normally be ending on a normal run. So, and at that point it's basically served its purpose. So we're going to just trace the perimeter here, taking out the catapults as we get to them, and slaying the ogres, and you'll get just about enough of them to fill the quota for the quest.
There we go. He just did not want to go down. Okay. 2 ogres remaining. I don't need any of the. I don't need those guys there. I can just go with these 2 here. Cool.
And then make sure to, you know, get Grunk. I will also say that they, I think in a recent patch they've done something to one of the heirloom weapons, because right after this area got reworked, this section used to be a lot harder because the XP gains for this area were modified. I don't think specifically to account for people having the warband system.
No, it was just there was just a number squish across the game to help with coding and numbers management, scaling management.
But you know, as Xavier's gotten a lot better, there were a couple of runs where I've seen where you know, he died in this section.
Yeah.
So, and then you know, as we head on up here, we're gonna use the ward stones because there's a little animation that plays out, you know, as we're rescuing them. So we let that play out while we turn in the other quests. And then we
still need to stop
we're going into the dungeon now.
Yeah, going into the dungeon. You know, heading to Dark Maul Citadel, and it's the climax of, you know, the tutorial area. You go into do a dungeon raid. Although we need to activate our specialization first.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And now there might be people in here with us. There are, and basically at this point we can coordinate.
Let's move. I'll draw the ogre's attacks.
Because we're allowed to ping things to say priorities. Because we can't control whether somebody's in here or not, but we can use the ping feature to like send instructions for this section.
Exactly. As long as we don't know who these people are and didn't coordinate with them ahead of time. So, you know, it's, you know, WoW people doing normal WoW things. All right, so
we've almost cleared the room. Keep pushing.
You know, as we finish off this section down here, we head on up top, and we're going to be facing the first boss, Tunk. And Tunk's a very special ogre.
Put my gloves on.
Put the gloves on. He has probably the only drop that we actually care about in this entire run. You know, his tiny bow, and we're hopeful that he'll drop it. So as that's
and those familiar with heirlooms will be like, why do you care about the tiny bow? The heirloom you have is going to continue to scale. Yeah, it'll continue to scale if we keep leveling. We're not going to keep leveling, so this is better in this moment than keeping
the run's ending in 5 minutes anyway. So
I'll keep his attacks focused on me. Henry, you heal us up.
So anything that's even marginally better at this point is better, essentially. So as we do, we'll see.
Nope,
not
we
this
didn't get
time.
Goodbye, Tunk.
Bye, Tunk.
Bye, Tunk.
No time to waste. We've got
We get his toothpick instead. And not the best run in terms of luck.
Yeah, there's been a few crits that we normally get that haven't panned out.
Yeah,
Which that's the other part of playing the Worgen is they have an increased crit chance.
Mm-hmm.
They get a plus 1% crit over any other race in the game.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want to know your time right now, or?
We have another question from the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. They're asking if enemies scaled based on whether you get like a party member in this dungeon or not.
Yeah, to some yeah they do. But it's a weird thing where it's like I don't actually know if you would prefer 3, 2, or 1 because of how kind of people work together in this. I think it's easier when it's just you because you don't need to worry about like is everybody else playing optimally, which. It's a starting zone. You're not expecting people to play a starting zone optimally. So that's a whole element. So Gorgoth here is a boss we're going to fight. And he's actually, as a two-headed, basically, most ogres are considered pretty dumb in this universe. The two-headed ogres are the smart ones, generally. They're usually the
Two heads are, in
shamans or the
fact, better
high
than
priests
one.
or what have you.
But he just sacrificed himself in order to complete this ritual, attempting to bind Caligos to their will.
So we have to knock our friend out of mind control by shooting him with lots of pointy sticks.
Last. Let us leave this place at once.
It's acupuncture.
All right,
Yeah, it works.
We're coming
It
up on
works.
time.
Yep. Soon. We're gonna
go
next
through
load
this
screen that we
portal.
have is gonna be the last one. So
We're gonna go through this portal. We'll have a quest turn in. On the quest turn in, that will be time.
Yep. So as soon as this load screen's done, and he turns a quest in, that'll be time. Okay. So hopefully we got a good one.
And time.
Alrighty.
GG. Awesome run. That was super cool. Again, not having seen any of this before, but being familiar generally with mechanics, it was really, really fun to watch.
All right.
What was our time on that?
Looks like you're 27:36.
That's fine. Like with
Yeah.
when you factor in a couple of real rough luck and having to go get the bear, that's pretty good. I just wanted to quick
very
show
respectable.
off my favorite mount in the game. This is Tyvon. There are other dog mounts that are not as big as him because he is an especially big boy in the lore. There's a whole quest line where you're trying to figure out, well, he's not a good hunter because he's too playful. He's not a good he's not a good hunter because he's too timid. He's not a good sheepdog because he's too playful. What can we do with him? And then a fire breaks out and he starts hauling people to safety on his back. And centaur woman lost her parents and he just goes sits with her as comfort. So this is a search and rescue emotional support animal, and I had to get the achievement A World Awoken, which required all these sub-achievements, which themselves have sub-achievements. I had to do almost everything there was in the expansion this character debuted in to get him as a pet, as a mount. And I love him dearly. He is a good boy.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Such a good boy.
So.
Awesome. Thanks again for the run. Do you have any shout outs want to let folks know where people can find you if you stream?
Yeah, shout outs to the WoW speedrunning community. It's not the most active there is, but people drift in and out and do things. There's a bunch of stuff for beating certain zones, hitting max level, clearing dungeon. If you're the kind of person who loves soloing dungeons, like going back to old content and just rocketing through it as quick as possible, there's an entire massive section of the speedrunning community just about clearing those dungeons as quick as possible by being super overgeared. And then you can find me at King Xavier _I. That's King Xavier, all one word, _I on Twitch. I have a YouTube channel, and I'll be posting a Archipelago video that I did recently with like 6 of my friends, Baron here being one of them, that shows a bunch of people's different perspectives. Been really proud of that. So I'm the same on YouTube, King Xavier. Yeah, drop by my stream. I'm happy to have people. I'm gonna start learning another category here. I'm gonna be learning the Pandaren starting zone. So if you like pandas and China and turtles, there's gonna be some fun stuff there. I'm starting to learn the Tasmanian tiger. I've been messing around with that, and I mess around with a few other Flash games as well. So yeah, that's my shout outs. Also, shout out to mom and dad who might be watching at home because they like to tune in for my actual marathons, which is nice. But yeah, that's where we are. Thank you so much for having me. And what's the total at the moment? How much have we raised for? This is the other reason I wanted to bring out the doggo. We're raising money for a pet shelter. I felt it was appropriate.
Absolutely. We've so far raised $2,638 for the Go Rescue for Adoption.
Let's go. That's
Very
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Well, thank you again for having me. It's always a pleasure to be able to show off this category. And again, I do want to make one other thing clear. This category works because I have
ton of hours in the game, and so I have the heirlooms. But there is a version of this where you don't have any gear that you've previously gotten. That, because I am level 11 at the end of this, the free trial takes you up to level 20. You can speed run this starting zone without paying for World of Warcraft. If this really interests you, there are categories of WoW you can speed run without ever paying $1 for it. Which
I'll
is
get on it.
amazing.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for having me. Really has been a pleasure.
Yep, and thank you. I do want to shout out the one donation that we did get at the last second to get the bear. Oh my gosh, to get the bear team incentive, we had $20 from KLMO that just said bear.
Good.
And with that, I think we're gonna head to another break. Thanks again to King Xavier and to Baron777 for that really cool WoW run. That is going to be the end of my time with you today. It's been an absolute blast to be here as your host for these last couple runs. I will be passing things over to Shemprol after this for Octopath Traveler. Don't forget to get your donations in before that run starts to pick the character that Lori D. Bunnykins will be playing for that run. And yeah, just a big shout out to everyone involved with this marathon. It's my first time being involved with it. I got to run it earlier this week, and getting to host it has been a lot of fun. So thanks to everyone involved in getting this and getting this set up, and thanks to all of you for donating towards a great cause in the Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. So yeah, have a great rest of the marathon, great evening, and I'll catch you later.
You all have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Have a good rest of the stream.